don't like long videos where we're just sitting here talking.
People love long videos. They get on that elliptical or treadmill, or maybe they're driving home from work and they're like, I want to listen to a long Brad and Aubrie video. So we just finished up our recap of the year video, and we're just going to roll into some like goals and resolutions, I guess, for the 2022.
We're splitting it up into categories though, and the first category is what are we going to do about like our fitness and food goals? Do you have any?
Food and fitness goals, huh? I don't have a lot of those goals.
Okay.
I'm kind of happy where I'm at.
That's good. That's
so
good.
Like,
I mean,
I feel like, well, so I guess my fitness goal would be like to maintain what I'm in, because I know that a lot of times in the busy seasons, which I do have some like ambitious business goals, they can cause your fitness to go to the wayside, if you will. So I think that my goal would be to just maintain my fitness level. I guess people don't really think about if they like where they're at, like setting a goal to stay where you're at in an aspect.
It's a good goal. It's valid.
Yeah.
For me, I am feeling a little bit more like myself after postpartum. So I don't necessarily have a weight goal. I don't want to put that on myself. What I care about a little bit more is I want to get a little bit more definition back in my arms, and I want to work on my glutes for sure this year, and hit those like at least once a week, if not like twice a week for sure. I want to be less flexible with like my workout days. I kind of like give myself grace, which is fine, but I think 4 workouts a week, like I can absolutely manage. So that is one of my goals. And then as far as eating goes, food goes, up until Cookie Fest, I am going to track my macros, try to go along with the new 6-week challenge for Memories Over Macros, and we're going to document that. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to share that entire journey. But yeah, that is kind of, fitness, physique, food goal.
Okay. And then what's the other categories we're doing?
Business. We can do business next.
Yeah, because that one's a lofty one for me.
Okay.
So do you want to go first? Sure.
So business-wise, I want to get Mama Jean Headbands her own website. So no more Etsy. I want to buy her a domain and get that all set up, probably using Shopify. Maybe that seems like silly or small, but like, hey, it's a goal. And then the other one is to grow Memories Over Macros coaching a little bit more. I have more time now in my work day to where I can like allot more energy to that. Not that I didn't before, but I just don't want it to be stagnant. I want to see what we can do. I want to spend more time conversing with my coaches and just, growing that little community.
Is that all of them?
Yep, that was my 2.
So for me, I do have a pretty lofty, I guess, goal for real estate. Like I want to invest in $3 to $4 million worth of properties. That doesn't mean that I want to personally put $3 to $4 million in. Obviously we'll have loans and things like that. But I want to acquire a total value of somewhere between $3 and $4 million worth of properties that are either short-term or long-term rentals. I'm not opposed to doing long-term rentals. We are meeting Friday with some of our friends to go check out a property that we're most likely getting with them. They
already have experience with that whole
Airbnb and short-term rentals. So that's kind of my goal this year, and I know that's pretty aggressive. So that's why I said that it could take up a lot of time because some of the properties are going to need work, whether there's new floors or whatever to put in there, and I think we're going to do it ourselves. So, but that's one of them, I guess. Another one is I want to, I guess, really decide what we're going to, like how we're going to move forward with Fat and Weird, whether we want to continue working through a franchise model and we want to like open up a store like somewhere on the beach or Destin area to have like another storefront, or what we want to do about that situation. So I guess to get more clear on what I'm doing with Fat and Weird, and then to like execute on that. So I would say like finish or have something in the works for the franchise, so that way we can start the franchise process if that's what we want to do with Fat and Weird. So
for Motive, I just want to have consistency. You know, we were a little bit like slow and lagging this year with launches, and so I'm really hopeful for 2022 that we can just have more consistent releases.
Yeah, and then I guess another thing too is I've been working on like some merch, like swag type stuff for Fat and Weird. So I want to start launching some of those products as well next year. And then another one is what?
So many business ones.
Yeah, because
no, I think it's great.
Things.
I just forgot. Like I keep adding on too. I'm like, oh yeah. Wait, I want to do that.
Another thing is like Austin and I have talked about like trying to start something together, and so hopefully Austin and I start a business next year together. So we have some ideas, and yeah,
it's great.
Do you have any like thing that you like want to do as far as social media goes, like?
Social media. I mean, I would say for me, it's just like keeping it fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm having like even this week I had a lot of fun like doing different things. Not in it. It's alerting me that Letty's crying, but she's not.
Okay.
But yeah, just having fun, posting what I want to post. I've had some ideas about creating a TikTok for like speech language tips. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. TikTok's a weird thing. Hey, it's like it's a big endeavor, but yeah,
I think she should do it. I told her that I think she should do like SLP tips on TikTok.
My other idea was like stitching videos that are like hair tutorials, makeup, like just trying different things. Like for the normal person is like, can you actually do that hair? Or like, can you actually use that makeup? Is it that worth it? You know, so I don't know. That's fun for me. So maybe I'll do that. Comment below if you are interested in
It's almost like, is it like a girl's version of Factor Cap, essentially? So.
Yeah, basically, I guess.
So we've covered business, and we've covered, what was the first one? I don't know.
Fitness and food.
Oh, fitness and food.
So the next ones are just kind of like personal life goals. Like,
okay.
Do you have any personal goals?
Yeah, Austin and I talked about this on the podcast, and I said that it may sound bad just from like listening to it, but I want to set more boundaries as far as I carry a lot of anxiety worrying about how other people are going to react to like me essentially saying no or like protecting my own mental health. And so I let them just kind of like do whatever, and I'm just like, oh, I don't like this, but I don't want to say anything because it's going to hurt their feelings. But I've just decided that I need to set my foot down.
You're
because
a little bit like people pleasers.
Yeah, I guess like I just am scared to like hurt people's feelings or to disappoint them, or and so it could be a situation like someone's decided to do XYZ in their life, and I'm over here like, oh no, I need to tell them that they can't do XYZ here, and I don't know, that's so cryptic. I can't really like call people out because it's not like they're doing anything. So it's like, don't really know how to explain it, but
I think it's just, setting boundaries. If it's not like a heck yes, then it's just no. And when you say no to someone, then not caring, but just like not worrying about how that might affect their situation.
I have an example that doesn't.
That worry.
I have an example, I guess, that doesn't like call anyone out. But this is how my anxiety sometimes works: is I saw Gabby getting anxious over whether they were going to get the wedding venue they wanted, and the uncertainty. And then I started going, oh no, what is she going to do? I need to help her. You know what I mean? Like, I guess truthfully, I'm a helper. Like, I love to help people. I love to. That's why I think I wanted to start a mentorship thing, which I missed completely in the business thing. See, I should have written them down. But I want to start a mentorship program. Austin and I have talked about that. Maybe that's the business we do together. Maybe it's not. But I think it's like the mentorship and guidance in me. I want to help people solve problems. I want to like that, and so it's hard for me sometimes to like just be like, this isn't my fight. Like, I need to let them do it themselves. And so I think a lot of my anxiety comes from like just me seeing other people's issues and like wanting to help them with their issues. So.
Right. And then you carry around that stress and anxiety of fixing their problems or answering their questions.
Who else can relate to that? I'm sure other people can relate.
Okay, so mine are a little bit more like free and simple, but personal /life. I definitely want to like travel with you more. I know that's like, that's something we've talked about, but we need to like actually sit down, like let's plan some things, even if it's like a weekend trip, and take Letty with us or leave her, like just kind of figure out what that would look like. So I would say like at least for like 5 or 6 times across the year is my hope, whether it's big or small. And then I want to get a new mom vehicle within this year, if Brad and I can figure that out. So that's like my goal.
Someone's got to decide on a vehicle they like. So I mean, you're like,
I know,
all over
I
the
have
place.
a lot.
She's like, oh, I love this vehicle, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, I love this vehicle.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'll have you love this vehicle. So yeah.
And then I guess the next category that I put down was like family. You know, I think now that we have a child, like what's a goal for us as parents, or
yeah, and it's something that we actually talked about, which I guess this goes into like business, life, personal, everything, is that like we both want to be working less on Fridays. And so that's something I brought up in our podcast as well, which I think our podcast is on the YouTube, but like Austin will link the podcast that I kind of talked about some of my my resolutions like more in depth. If you want to listen to that, we'll link it in a card or something somewhere. But Austin was like, does that mean more work Monday through Thursday? And I said, what it really means is probably giving, like delegating what's on our Fridays maybe to other people, picking up some of that slack in the Monday through Thursday, and then figuring out things that like don't necessarily need to be on our plate at all, you know, and either cutting them out or giving them to people that
or like, and for the sake of YouTube, like I said, we want to travel more and like do more fun things. I think that Friday is a good day to do those things, and it doesn't feel like work necessarily. It feels like fun, but it does like contribute to our social media life and our businesses, and you know, just doing more of those fun things on Fridays. So for me, I had a goal of like reading a parenting book, because Letty is getting to that age where we're not really sure like how to teach her no, and you know, over the next year she's gonna hit the age of like 2, and you just get into those areas of like, all right, if you're not like set on some of the decisions or how you want to do things, like you might just be like scrambling. You're like, I don't really know what to do. She's fine. Like, so I don't know. That's my goal.
Yeah, because for me, I had them just kind of like all over the place, but I know what they are, so I guess that's the main part. I guess I probably should
write them on the whiteboards. We see them every day.
Yeah, well, I mean, write it on the whiteboard, and then like every day of just a reminder if I'm trying to go for those goals or not. So
gotta do it.
Okay, well, I will say I'm going to recommend Atomic Habits again. Really, I've enjoyed that book. For someone that's like trying to set goals and resolutions going into the new year and doesn't know how to necessarily like accomplish some of the things they want to do, Atomic Habits is probably a good book to help you set up some habits and things in your life to help you reach those goals.
But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below any feedback you have for us. Maybe you want us to know your goals so we hold you accountable. But yeah, looking forward to 2022.
So subscribe if you haven't. Share this video. You're worth it.